I started my YouTube channel about 6 months ago, and I just passed 10,000 subscribers. And my way of saying thank you is to go through every single suggestion I've ever gotten from someone in the audience. I do have to point out one thing. I'm dumb and I didn't write down the name of the person who suggested some of these. So if it was you and you recognize the suggestion, please leave me a comment so I can give you the credit you deserve. This first one, someone asked me to try the words knot and entangled. Pretty cool, but I wasn't sure if I was supposed to use them together or separately. So I tried both. Here's luxurious knot. Say these are pretty beautiful. And entangled luxury. Now that is something to keep an eye on. Someone else suggested I try steampunk and surrealism. Here's just steampunk surrealism. Superhero steampunk surrealism. Number 3 is pretty sick. Happy dog steampunk surrealism. Look how good. Number 3, that's so cute. Upscaling that right now. And then I tried happy dog steampunk comma surrealism, seeing if that did anything. I'd say it changed the pictures up for sure, but I'm not sure how much of an effect it really had. Someone said they'd love to see some Klimt mashups and Surat, so I tried morning sunshine. What do y'all think? Number 4 is a little provocative. Pretty cool art style though. Unique, at least. Jeff Easley and Basil Wolverton? Well, heck of a combination here. Like number 4, that's a sweet picture. This next suggestion, I believe, came from Happiness Frequency. They told me about combining Kincaid, Alfonso Mucha, Gustav Klimt, and Kandinsky into one. And here's what we get. I went with the Monarch of the Future. Number 2, I like a lot. And number 1, like that's a really striking face. Some pretty beautiful stuff. These next few focus on realism. I was told to try award-winning photo, highly detailed photorealistic. I went with the Aqueduct Forest. And I think these look okay, but maybe my subject kind of sucked. Or you could try this prompt, long exposure panorama, award-winning photo, highly detailed photorealistic. The panorama really came through in number 2 and 4, that's sick. How it kind of looks like an eyelid here, super beautiful. These also came from this same mysterious person. The prompt I was told about is bright colors, purple, blue, green abstract, pencil drawing, abstract, surrealism, hyper detail, line art, and watercolor splashes. Write this prompt down because these are nasty. These look a lot like Anna Dittman, and I think Carney Griffiths is the other person that this reminds me of. Like look at number 3. Ooh, these are all beautiful. And I don't know, love them. Another great prompt you should write down. Detailed ink sketch over watercolor splashes, linen texture background. Yo, good these come out, man. I'm not gonna upscale anymore now, I'll go through them all after, but like these are insane. One random suggestion I have, again, sorry that I didn't write down your name, the words Dapper and Eldritch. So I tried superhero Dapper Eldritch. Oh, what do you guys think? I like this. It says, I don't think I've ever seen anyone mention taxidermy or bobblehead. Let's check out taxidermy here. That might be a way to get some realistic animals. Or maybe some realistic anything. Taxidermy definitely places it in the real world. And then we have bobblehead, superhero bobblehead. It's a great prompt. And this is the perfect segue to the next suggestion. From Highly Educated Trucker, if you want more variation in your variations, turn on Remix and add Chaos 50 to the prompt. That's what I did. Normally when you hit variation on number 3, you would get 4 more pictures that are so similar to this one, where I don't even know why you would ever need the variations. But using this technique with Remix on, I was able to add chaos to it, and I'd say it changed it up a pretty good amount. Gave him different hair color in number 2, kind of different glasses. Some of them are glasses, some of them look like a mask. So that's a really big tip. Thanks for letting me know about it. I should probably make a whole video just about that suggestion. I got a comment saying, try mixing Kandinsky with Mondrian. Okay, here it is, superhero, Kandinsky and Mondrian. Pretty stunning stuff. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at, but the fact that Midjourney can make these, that's crazy. Crazy powerful. From Afterburner, here's a prompt for you to try sometime. Man in armored ocean punk caftan. You can try a woman too. And that's what we did. Here's the man in the armored ocean punk caftan. And oh my god, these are unreal. Very specific armor set. Ocean punk, great word. I'm a big fan. And here's the woman. Number 3 is interesting because it's so unlike the others. I like number 2 a lot as well. That armor, that blue, that teal, so sick. Someone asked about action poses, maybe comparing them to Midjourney. Here's superhero action pose in Midjourney. And here they are in Niji. I think Niji does it better, or maybe it's just more suited to superheroes in action poses, but I like number 2 a lot, and number 1 looks like he's winding up for a big uppercut. Check out this prompt suggestion. Zombie, your nouns, art by Stephen Gamble. I like the idea of adding an optional pinch of red or a pinch of red and blue. I didn't try that, but I could see how that could really help this prompt. And I started a little wacky and went with zombie lighthouse. Didn't know what to expect. These are pretty good. But look at these. I tried zombie butterfly. Oh my god, these are amazing. That's one heck of an artist right there. And I was so inspired I couldn't stop there. Now I went with macro shot of a zombie butterfly from Unsplash. Look at these colors. These are epic. Check out this suggestion. Exploded version of exploding. Okay, I can go with that. A little recency bias. I went with exploded version of exploding butterfly. I think these turned out okay. I like number 2. From Film Factory. Thank you. A freak show from the past. Painting by Ed Emschwiller. Ooh. I just got goosebumps. I think it's the color, definitely the palette, and to be honest, these are pretty spooky, pretty freaky. Midjourney knocked this one out of the park. I gotta say thank you to Jason McNeil Photography for this suggestion. He said to get Robin, as in Batman and Robin, he used Teen Titans Robin. And I gotta say, that's smart, because it works. Look, here's Batman and Robin. As you can see, Robin kind of just looks like Batman. Like it's not, for some reason, it doesn't know what it's supposed to be. But when you use Batman and Teen Titans Robin, here you go. It's sick. You got Batman and then you got Robin. Perfect. So thanks for that suggestion. From Pong Trometer, they said one of their favorite artists is Matty Clarwine, who they sometimes combine with Alex Gray. Look at these. Sorry I go with superhero all the time, just trying to keep the subject consistent so we can really see what these extra words do to the prompt. And wow, Matty and Alex certainly combine for, these are just insane. Split all down the middle, so there's actually like 8 photos here. It's kind of crazy. From David Wiles, he was curious what prompt would get us an HDRI probe image. He was able to do it in Night Cafe using the following words: 360 equirectangular HDRI panorama. So we try that here, and I'd say these are pretty good, and would probably work a lot better if you included a place as your subject rather than a person like a superhero. Although I really do like how the camera puts the subject in frame here. From Anders Droid, emojis as your prompt. You'll be amazed at how creative the results are. Here I just went with the raised hands, and it made some girls. Okay. Then I tried the 100, thumbs up, and sunglasses, and it made these people. I don't know why the Joker showed up, that's kind of unique. I do want to point out, while you can use emojis for your prompts, and it clearly makes something that looks nice, what I'm pretty sure is happening, and this is what I've heard before, is that Midjourney is not looking at the emoji, it's just looking at the words that make the emoji. Like, it knows that this says 100, thumbs up, sunglasses. So whatever emoji you use, keep in mind of what the emoji actually says. That's what Midjourney is going to use for your photos. Another one from Afterburner. An artist combo for me. Hilma Af Clint and Ivan Earl. Oh boy, more goosebumps. Great suggestion. Just look at these. Number 1, that's so visually striking. How clean and strong those colors are. Like, that kind of illustration, it gets me every time. Alright, this one I thought was interesting. From Rodell Futch. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. They said, when they use watercolors or similar prompts, version 4A was way better, as it produced more detailed images. Let's see if that's true. Here we have Alien Invasion watercolor style 4A. I gotta say, these are pretty detailed. I think they're beautiful. Are they gonna get less detailed in 4B and 4C? Let's find out. Here's 4B. I'd say maybe less detailed, but number 3 is quite detailed. I don't know, what do you think? And here's 4C. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting that one version is probably better at some things than the other versions, but I can't say for certain just based off of this preliminary test of mine. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Maybe 4A is special. I'm not sure. It definitely seems different. I've given this man a shout out before because I had to show off their prompt. But again, here it is from Goofy Sloth. He told me to use surreal fantasy abstract in infographic style without text, maximum texture, -- no text. And again, oh my god, more goosebumps. Look how good these are. That is the best prompt ever. Like number 2, I can't get over. That's just insane. I tried to play around with it some more, add some more words. I tried futuristic here. Number 4, I like a lot. I went with monochrome, and it does a pretty good job at being monochrome, I can't lie. That contrast is top notch. And then I tried ethereal, and I'd say these are pretty beautiful. Almost any words you add to this prompt, it's gonna create something A+ material. So good. Thanks again. Oh my god, you gotta check these out. From Quit. They said they've been experimenting with double exposure, and you can get some stunning results. He likes to pair it with a subject matter of your choice, but triangles, abstract, cyberpunk, and more. And that's what I did. I literally went with triangle, cyberpunk, abstract, alien, double exposure. And just look at these, man. How does Midjourney do it? If Midjourney could produce one of these images and it took it a day, I would be so happy and so proud. It made 4 of these in less than 60 seconds. The future is now. Which one's your favorite? I think number 3 probably, right? But I also tried changing up the order of the prompt, going with double exposure and then cyberpunk, triangle, alien. I like number 1 a lot. I love number 2. I love what double exposure brings to the image. Ooh, this one is important. I would write this down as well. From DM Returns, thank you so much. He said he found a portrait formula in the Midjourney chat, and it goes a little something like this. Close-up portrait of your subject, exquisite detail, 30 megapixel 4K, 85mm lens, sharp focus, f8, ISO 100, shutter speed 1:125, diffuse, backlighting, award-winning photographs, small catchlight, high sharpness, facial symmetry. Now, I'm not sure how much of those words you really need. Maybe you could get by with like 80% of them. Nonetheless, this is what it makes photorealistic. You would not be able to tell that these weren't people. I also tried it here in 2x3, and again, these are insane. This is a robot Instagram model, and look how good they are. I tried 2x3 again with a superhero, and again, knocks it out of the park. Write that prompt down, keep it in mind. I should probably make a whole video about this prompt as well. Great way to get photorealistic portraits. This is kind of funny from FP Chris. He said, purely for visual, I bet the band Kiss would generate crazy stuff. The Mandalorian too. Well, I tried Kiss and I wasn't sure how I could put it into the prompt because capitalization doesn't matter. So Midjourney's not going to know capital Kiss from lowercase, you know what I mean? It just, and that's what's so interesting about this. It took like both versions of the word kiss, where it's got people kissing, but then it's also got the face paint like kiss. Like, that is just, Midjourney is hilarious, never fails to make me laugh. And then I tried futuristic Mandalorian, and pretty happy with that. They look great. I think number 3 is probably the most futuristic of them. Number 1 just kind of looks like the Mandalorian. Okay, wait, this is from a previous suggestion as well. It's the infographic abstract thing. I went with red, white, and black abstract. And oh my gosh, look how good these are. Number 3 is insane. Absolutely insane. So good. Write that prompt down, save it. It's an all-timer. Could be the GOAT. And now we're back to the kiss suggestion. I tried kiss aesthetic. Sure enough, it just kind of puts 2 people kissing, but I think these look pretty good. Like, they're beautiful photos, perfectly framed, and I think that comes from the 16:9. If these were in 2x3, I don't know how. I don't know what would happen. Maybe that's an experiment for another day. Okay, Ryan Shuchuk asked, can you prompt specific hex color values? I looked up the value for magenta. It is FF00FF. Plug that into Midjourney. Sure enough, no, Midjourney does not know specific hex values, although that would be a great feature for the future. I think it's just a data set thing. Like, you would just need to show Midjourney all the colors and have them labeled with their hex value, and then I don't see why Midjourney wouldn't be capable of knowing. But for now, it doesn't. Myth busted. From Aritra Mukherjee, they said try using words like ineffable, chromatic, psychedelic. So I tried superhero, ineffable. I'm not quite sure what it did to the prompts, but I like the pictures. Chromatic had a big effect. I'm always curious about the words that seem to split each picture into more than one, where in number 4 it's split into 3, we have 2 here, we have 2 here, and what's so interesting is that they're basically the same, like with different colors, and I thought, oh, that's so unique. And if there was a way to specifically prompt that to get the same subject in a bunch of different colors, ooh, you think that's possible? I don't, but keep it in mind, and if something comes to you or if you want to try that out yourself, please let me know how it goes. Here's psychedelic, one of my favorite words to use. Just look at what it does. The craziest, the nastiest. Whew, so beautiful. And then I tried them all at once, and I don't know how to describe these. They're almost overwhelming to the senses when you look at them. Alright, the Weird Show said that you could upload an image of yourself and then turn yourself into a Pixar character or an anime character. Now, I gotta say, I think I know what he meant. You're gonna have to do it, then you're gonna have to use yourself as an image prompt, but I just want to let you know, it doesn't work very well in Midjourney. Like, here I am, and then I image prompt it, and I put Pixar character, and like, sure, it kind of gives me a bald guy, but it also gives them a mohawk. It doesn't work, and I know maybe you should do more than one picture of yourself in the image prompt, but again, it's never gonna be you. Midjourney just can't do that right now. But that's okay, thank you for the suggestion. Okay, look, I gotta rewind myself. We're going back to Erythra. They also said, you have to try this, it's just amazing. Ineffable design, randomness overdose, chromatic, chaos. And then try this with any character or anything and see the magic. And I did. Here we go, superhero with their prompts. And these are pretty, oh my god, look how good number 4 is. And number 3, like that's an all-time prompt as well. You should write that down, probably. I wanted to see what it would do with a different subject, so here I went with robot bald eagle. And I think I'm impressed. I do like these a lot. That's a great prompt. From Afterburner, I don't know what else came with the suggestion, but I have written down Jim Aparo. So we try it, and it's got a very old school comic book vibe to it. Thoroughly impressed. I bet this would look really good with other subjects. 187 Design said I should try Flower Punk 2, winky face. Here's the superhero Flower Punks. I guess it just kind of incorporates flowers and vines into the characters or into the scene. Like here is Happy Dog Flower Punk. Like it doesn't really do that much besides adding flowers to the scene, and but maybe you want that, and Flower Punk's a great word for you. From the Creativist, they told me to try embossed, radial blur, and paper cutout. Sure thing. Superhero embossed. Unreal, kind of looks like they're frozen in carbonite, like that kind of style. Radial blur is amazing. To be honest, I'm a fan of the Gaussian blur, but radial blur, oof, all coming from the center, pointing outwards, crazy good. And paper cutout is sick as well. I mean, oh my god, look at number 2. Oh, these are amazing. And here's what it looks like when you combine them all. I'm very thoroughly impressed. Maybe adding your own favorite color to the prompt could really get it away from these reds. So good. From JBATL, they said, they're trying to master short prompts with the right keywords to get amazing results without a lot of work, and I support that. His example was the Joker made of pure proton energy, splatter, hyper detailed. Here they are. And these are pretty good. I think the splatter is probably one of the strongest words. Adds paint splatter throughout the image. So I tried Tidal Wave made of pure proton energy, splatter, hyper detailed. I found this pretty interesting because I didn't mention paint, but these look like a painting, like very heavy brush strokes here. And what's even more interesting is that this same prompt, just with a different subject, looks completely different. And more goosebumps because I think these are so beautiful. Made of pure proton energy, splatter, hyper detailed, and like look at these, man. How does it do that? And what does it mean when it looks so different just based on the subject? My brain can't handle it. All right, this is kind of funny. From Carrot Stick, I just have a very long prompt here. I copied and pasted it, and here's what it came out as. As you can see, it's a long one, but it made some sick images. And like, freaking how funny is number 3? That's like an Adobe Premiere editing software with the person like editing a video of a guy. Like, this is so funny. I can't stop. That's hilarious. And I think it comes from this word up here, post-production. As far as I can tell, like that's the only reason it would ever do. I can't believe it actually did that. It's so funny. And you can even see that here in number 2. This is like the timeline that someone's editing on. That's hilarious. from Kira Hagen. They wrote a lot about being influenced by other artists, but they included the word cyberpunk shamanism, and I went with that. Superhero cyberpunk shamanism. And number 3 is nasty. That color is sick. They're all really good, actually. Oh, you gotta check out this suggestion from Mike. Thank you so much. He said to try in the style of 5 Points graffiti art or artist artwork. And then he said you could be more specific if you want and try adding New York City to the prompt. I didn't do that, but I don't think you need to. Look at these. Superhero in the style of 5 Points graffiti art. Oof. Goosebumps again. This adds way more than the word graffiti would, or adding mural art, street art. None of it would give you these full photos like this with all the little accents and details. These are just insane. I should probably make a video about this specific suggestion as well, and maybe I will. Let me know what you think. From Dill Infinity, he says, Hypewear, insert brands. Amazing prompt. Oh my god. Nike Hypewear, like these are some amazing product photos. Like so good. And then I went with Hypewear Samsung, and again, it's kind of funny to put an Apple product here, but again, just like knowing that Hypewear can give you these sets of apparel, like, oh, so powerful. Write this one down. Oh, okay, I also tried separating the words in commas, superhero, cyberpunk, shamanism, and I think it's really interesting how I said 3 words and it gave me 3 different pictures in 3 of the pictures. Like that's stunning. I don't know how you could get that without it. And then in number 3, it combined them all, but that's fine. Just really fascinating for these others. From Mallory Thompson, I was told to try Kay Nielsen and John Singer Sargent. Sure thing. Superhero artwork by Kay Nielsen and John Singer Sargent. Again, I find it really interesting anytime Midjourney will divide the photo into more than one photo, especially when it's like right down the middle. So you get like 8 photos here, and it's a very unique art style. I don't know how to describe that. Probably would look good with a bunch of different subjects. Okay, Rocky said he thinks that if I reverse the prompt by putting the Joker first and then the image prompt, it'll do some different art. Try it. Okay, I went with this Memphis pattern as the image prompt, and here it is first and then the Joker. This is what it makes. Now let's see what it does when we put the Joker first and then the image prompts. Do you think there's a difference? I don't know. I mean, there's 4 billion seeds for every picture you make. I don't know how you could ever definitively tell how much of an effect the order of your prompt has, because you'd have to try this across so many seeds. But you let me know what you think. Was there a difference? Sebastian Gilbert told me to ask ChatGPT to describe a scene from a movie of my choice, and then copy the excerpt of the whole thing into Midjourney. Okay, I went with a pretty weird prompt. I asked it to write a movie scene about anthropomorphic lions that ravage a dried up city of sea turtles. I don't know. First, I just took a small section of the prompt, and it gave me some cute sea turtles, I guess, in a dry city. Number 3 is good. But here's the whole prompt. And here's what it made. I think the sea turtles look better. I think these are some good pictures, but it didn't get the lions. Maybe obviously the prompt is too long. That's a fun experiment to try though. Thanks for the suggestion. From Catherine Noggle, I was told to try lowbrow as an art style, and Mark Ryden will give us some big-eyed art, as well Patrick Valenza for his tarot deck style. First, here's lowbrow. That's a really unique illustration comic style, and now one day you'll be able to really hone in and tell Midjourney, like, yes, I want more of number 1. And when that day comes, I'll have a lot of fun. I mean, I can just think I could make a brand new story a day if I could keep the style as consistent as I want it. But for now, these are pretty sick. Here's Mark Ryden, and yeah, these are some big-eyed, cute little characters. I like it a lot. And then here's Patrick Valenza. I would have never guessed that these were from a tarot card artist, but maybe I'd notice it more if I had made these in 2x3 or another vertical aspect ratio. And then here we have a bunch from AG. I got 6 of them. Let's take a look. Neo-Baroque organicism. Nasty stuff. Like, ooh. Look at the details of his clothing in number 1. And then number 2, it's kind of Spider-Man. Maybe that's even a spider on his chest. These are great. Geomechanical futurist constructivism, like, yes, inject that into my veins, Midjourney. Thank you so much for combining these words together and making some beautiful art. Futuristic deconstructive Asianism. I didn't know those were words to combine, but number 1 I like a lot. It's funny how different they are from each other. It's like Midjourney is just trying to guess at what those words mean when combined. I don't know. Hyper whimsical totalitarianism. Do you think before Midjourney those three words had ever been spoken together? Like, that's got to be a first right there. Ripley's Believe It or Not. And I like them. I think it looks good. Ooh, cyberpunk, cyber classicalism. So tough word. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Jeez. Number 3, my favorite for sure. Love the light. Diabolic deconstructionist neo-palladism. Sure. Love the fractions. Love the destruction in each of the photos. Powerful stuff. Ken Gage told me that one of his favorite style prompts is Vaporwave Neon City of Tron Futures, and I can see why. Look at these, man. These are insane. Imagine adding other subjects to this. That'd be so cool. And the last suggestion I've gotten in my first 6 months on YouTube is from Retro Red. They said use spectrogram data bending, then make variations of it and combine the images together to make an animated sound wave. Okay, I tried spectrogram data bending, and I think these pictures are super sick, but I wasn't really sure what they meant by making variations, then combining the images together to make an animated sound wave. I mean, I hit variations on this, and it gives me these. I'm not really sure what combining them would do. I tried that trick with the chaos and remix, and you know, I don't really know what that meant. Maybe you could clarify if you're watching. I want to thank everyone who has left a suggestion for me. Your comments mean the world to me. As cliche as it sounds, it really helps me keep motivated and keep making videos, knowing that I'm interacting with such great people. I love the back and forth. I love learning from you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Take care, and I'll see you next time.